Good morning everyone and welcome back to Level Up Rugby. I hope this finds you unbelievably well. I'm OJ and this is what I got up to this week. Roll those clips. Good morning team. You may think, wow, what a lovely golden hour, and you would be right. However, there are two in the day. One in the evening that everyone is very well aware of, and another one, a secret one, in the morning. And that is exactly when we are right now. It is currently ridiculous o'clock, probably around 6 a.m. by now, and I have taken the opportunity to come and have a lovely sunrise recovery down at the beach. It is Thursday, it is the morning, and we're about to get some R&R in, a bit of rest and recovery to reset both mentally and physically. Mentally, by just coming out in the open air, having a nice, fresh, brisk walk, but physically, for a bit of sea swimming, just getting that cold water. You see the England team doing quite a lot, so I thought, why not? And here we are. Ho, ho, ho. What a place to call home. Personally speaking, I love the morning because no one's awake. Not only because I'm getting ahead and doing all the things I need to do so I can live the rest of the day stress-free, but also because it's quiet. Usually it's hard to even hear the sea crashing here because there's so many people. But this morning, there is no one here. So it's a blessing just to have some open space in such a crowded world. God, that's getting philosophical. But today's piece of philosophy is about mental resilience. It was about 5 o'clock when I woke up this morning. Didn't want to do it, but I just stood up. It's gonna be very cold in there. I can guarantee you that. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do it either way. At some point, your mind has to be the master of your body, and that's a choice to a certain extent. And I think it's a certain extent a lot more than people realize. I think people will hold themselves back a lot more mentally than they can do physically. So yeah, gonna rip into it, gonna run into the sea and enjoy a nice little sea swim. Oh, in we go. It is so warm, lovely, refreshing English water. Oh, that went up a bit high. Just mind over matter. It's not cold. Very warm. It may not be warm, but I can tell you what it isn't. It isn't busy, and I love that. I'm not here to say that the people who go to bed at 2 a.m. and wake up at 3 a.m. are better than anyone else, but what it does give you is a bit of time and space away from the rest of the world. This is the time that no one's up. Let's be honest, no one wants to be up at this time. I don't want to be up at this time, but but what it does allow you is time, peace and quiet away from the rest of the world, and it is lovely, I can tell you that. Right, I've been delaying this long enough. It's time to take a dunk. Oh, I'm not cold, you're cold. Last night I was reading David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, talking about carrying logs and boats and whatnot, and the Navy SEAL training. If I can't put up with this on a cracking morning in the middle of July, then I'm clearly not built different. So let's dunk the hen, I think. Right, I am here with two of Harpenden finest. We are all here as second place kickers to the one and only Tom Sweeney. The man who never misses. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us tonight. But I've got these two with me. We're going to have a simple goal kicking competition to apply some pressure to our practice. 3 kicks at goal, that's it. 1 from each 15 and 1 from the middle.
Oh, hi, didn't see that. I know what you're thinking. Ryan Reynolds has let himself go. 2016-17 top point scorer, best high ball at the club. Right, we'll nail it first time.
Here we go. What a shot, sir! Is it Owen Farrell's boots helping you out, mate?
Yeah, probably.
It's got the magic in it.
Kicking's not all about physique. Cranstain walk so I can walk slower.
Just open the door, all it has to do is walk through. Simple as you like. Just remember the process.
Pretty embarrassing to level up if you don't get.
It is pretty embarrassing, mate, but the game's the game. There we go. There we go. Bang. Back in the game. Door's open. Just going to walk through. Pressure's on, Lukey. Pressure's on. Apply that pressure. We love applying pressure to the situations. That's why we're not just picking randomly. We've got the camera out. Oh my. Coming down with snow on it, but unfortunate. Nil plus. No good, Staggy.
No good.
No good. Lukey, nil. OJ, 1. Staggy, 1. Changing position.
Is Sweeney playing this year? Apparently, yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah, this right.
It's his game, he's made up the rules, and he's winning. Shock. Oh, it's his Instagram page. It's his tease. If you're wondering what's wrong with Luke, he's just a bit chunky. He's still carrying some Christmas weight from 4 years ago.
Front row union. There it is.
Oh, did that go? Oh, I don't know, we'll have to leave that for the viewers.
We'll go to TMO.
Dino, what do you reckon? He said it went through.
We'll give it to Lukey.
This one's to make it even, I've got to get it even.
Yeah, make it even. Level the playing field. Oh, it's held its line. Ratty, got that.
That's how it does it. I've got one thing Sweeney doesn't have, and that's personality and snacks.
You're 2 from 2 so far.
This is the pressure kick.
2 from 2. Clock's in the red. I'm 2 from 2. Lukey's 1 from 2. I think. We'll
Yeah,
call it
Luke.
half. We'll call it 0.5 from 2.
Yeah, Luke is losing.
We can be clear. Luke's losing. This is to take us to a sudden death. He spent it back in.
They call me the bender!
All right, this is to take it to sudden death. This is why we make these games, for these moments, because we like to build pressure in our training. This is how we land drop goals in the 80th minute.
Yeah, there was only one drop goal attempt last year in the first team, and level up missed it.
Oh, roll the clip, roll the clip.
Oh, no way.
It was not an easy drop goal, all right? He squirted out. Don't blame me.
Bad time, bad time.
Here we go. Take it to sudden death.
He's done it.
Oh, simple as you like. Sudden death it is. And he bisects the post.
He's got one!
1.5. Drop goal competition now to see who wins it. Lukey's going to feed us some balls. And we're going to slot them home, aren't we, Staggy?
Yeah, so Luke's going to take a break from feeding himself and feed us the ball.
And we'll see who's the winner.
Here we have OJ, like many of us, he peaked at a young age. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's Shelford all over again.
Oh, no way.
Too soon.
I don't handle pressure well, so I got an F at GCSE IT. That's so bad.
We're going to be here a
Cancel.
while.
Yeah, cancel that. So you guys don't know this, but he actually edits his videos to make him look better. He has had 19 attempts at a drop goal, and so far none have gone through.
Here we go. Ollie Johnson, Harpenden, Shelford.
Oh dear. Up next, Staggy, Kettering Town Football Club.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Cheers, gents.
Well done, Staggy, mate.
Thanks for dressing up.
Good stuff, sir.
Cheers, guys. Lovely.
Oh,
Till
Tom
next time.
Stagg takes an absolute victory there.
Blast from the past. The hero's return.
Let me know if you want to see more competitions down below. If you want Staggy to feature again, because Luke just didn't really hold anything there, did he?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, that was too much. That was too much. We're all bad at drop goals, it turns out. If
there are any fresh seawater swimmers out there, then you'll know. It's not the water that's cold by the end. It's the brisk air in the morning. It's chilling your body with all the water on it. So let's go put a towel on and have a little chat. What a cracking day for it. Wow. Right guys, so I've dried myself off and taken shelter in this groin. Don't be nasty. There's not much going on this week, just some fitness, some running, and a little bit of skill games. So I thought I'd take this chance just to explain to you who is Level Up Rugby. Well, it's me. Hi guys, I'm Ollie Johnson. I'm from this lovely place called Bournemouth down on the south coast of England. First and foremost, I am a waffler. I can talk and talk and talk, as we saw by the length of the first vlog. So I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and hopefully keep it within 60 seconds. I went to school in Bath, to Beach and Cliff School, where I played rugby all the way through till I was 18. Then after I turned 18, I moved to Loughborough University, and that's about the extent of my more professional playing career. I represented Dorset and Wilts, Bournemouth Rugby Club, Harpenden Rugby Club, Hertfordshire, Southwest England, Beach and Cliff, Loughborough. I've played for a fair few teams in my time. That's all the boring stuff out the way. So the reason why I started Level Up Rugby in the first place is because I want to become a professional coach someday. And realistically, in today's modern game, the majority of professional coaches are ex-professional players. Now, being released by Bath Academy when I was 16, 17 years old meant that I was never going to become a professional player, and I came to that realization very early on, and now realized that I had to find another source of credibility. It wasn't going to be through playing, so I had to find another way of doing things. Hence the birth of Level Up Rugby. I figured that if I could gain credibility through a social media platform, then I had credibility to go and apply for certain coaching jobs, which I then did, and got a coaching job at Loughborough University, where I coached throughout my second year and had a great time with all those lads and learned an awful lot. So that's the reason why I started Level Up in the first place. The reason why you've never seen any personality on Level Up really until the last year is because I always try and keep things as objective as possible. I've seen a lot of goal kicking coaches in particular who give you their subjective opinion on how to kick the ball, and it's all very personal. I didn't agree with all that. I like science. I'm a man of objective, rational truth. I coach by functional principles that aren't my opinion, but just scientific fact. That's the way I like to do things, that's the way I see the world, and that's the way I coach. So to emphasize that point of objectivity and truth in my coaching, I try to keep as much personality away from the videos. I didn't even film my own kicking routine. So because of that, there's no personality behind the brand. So that's the first reason why I started this vlog in the first place, just to give you guys a bit more personality behind the brand. But secondly, is to give you guys some insight into the brand and what I get up to. Because I'm a busy guy. I work for Lovell Rugby, the world's largest online rugby retailer. Shout out to those guys because they sort me out with so many cool opportunities that I go and shoot content with them for. And that means I'm fortunate enough to go to numerous different locations to shoot content and meet players and give you guys some insight. So I thought with all the cool things I've got coming up, why not bring you guys along for the ride? If you guys love rugby as much as I do, then you're gonna love all the things that I get up to this year. And I thought, why not bring you along? So if you're interested, of course, if you're still here, then you probably are. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is because I am very unfit. And I always have been throughout my playing career. Always at the end of a Bronco, always the last person crossing the line, just hanging at the end of every fitness session. I don't want to do that anymore because it keeps on resulting in me getting injured, and I'm sick and tired of it. My body falls apart throughout the season and I'm never performing at the top level. So I'm making a change to that. So what I'm doing is documenting that process to keep myself accountable, because if I'm as unfit at the end of pre-season as I was at the start of pre-season with that first Bronco time, then that's going to be pretty embarrassing because it's for the world to see now. So they're the 3 reasons why I've started this vlog, just to give some personality into the brand, just to give you guys some insight into all the things that I get up to in my fortunate position of who I work for, and then 3, to keep myself accountable. So guys, that's me. I hope you stick around for the entire journey, or if you're just stopping by, please just drop a like. If you are here for the journey, then please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later. Alrighty then guys, I have made my way to my local hill. where I'm going to do some hill sprints for 2 reasons. First and foremost, fitness. It just gets the lungs blown in a way that flat ground doesn't. And then secondly, for proper sprint positioning. That forward body lean that you want to find yourself in whilst accelerating is replicated whilst running up a hill. So those are the 2 reasons for why I'm going to repeatedly run up this hill looking like a right weirdo. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. I've got a choice between 2 hills. I've got the one behind me or this one up here. Now, I know this course like the back of my hand because I used to come sledging here as a kid, and I know that this hill is a little less steep of an incline and a little bit more grassy. Whereas over there, it's a bit stony. It's also a golf course, so apologies to the groundsman. I'm sure he won't mind. Making the way up the hill, I'm already starting to regret this, and I'm walking. It's a very slopey golf course. I've recently got into golf about a year ago, so I know my way around an 18-hole course, and this one is quite steep. This is my view from the top of the hill. It's a little higher than I thought, which is going to turn this into a bit more of a fitness session than a sprint session, which is fine by me. And a lot of people are going to find themselves down there in the crevice, which I'm about to go and enter. Oh, God. Entering the crevice. Right, I just finished my warm-up. I did some A skips up the hill and then some hamstring sweeps coming back down just to reach past the point of stick essentially and to work on a bit of sprint technique. I then just did some half hill sprints to primarily focus on my technique when sprinting, because that's one half of this session. Other than the fitness is the sprint technique. And that aligns to what Harry last week mentioned about making your warm-up specific. He called it a prep to lift. I guess this is a prep to run. Go check out that video if you want the full explanation, but it essentially means tick a few boxes in your warm-up. Don't just see it as a warm-up, getting the body ready for running. See it as a chance to work on those functional principles and those technical principles. A third additional benefit of hill sprinting for all you shin splint folk, bit of a tongue twister, is the dynamic position you'll find yourself in on your toes when running up a hill. A lot of the time, shin splints is from decelerating through your heel and then toe. So when you're running up a hill, you're just forefoot the whole way there. That's one of the things I learned from runners about shin splints. If you want a full dissection and analysis and road to recovery of my shin splints, which I'm still overcoming now, let me know down below in the comment section, because I'm sure a lot of other people out there, especially on AGPs, suffer with shin splints. So yeah, if you do have shin splints and you want to get some running in pre-season, find yourself a lovely hill and you're in that dynamic foot position. Anyway, that's me procrastinating enough. I think it's might as well just get into it now. I feel like Rocky right now. Stood at the top of the stairs. Oh my God. That is it. 3 sets of 6 hill sprints done. Oh God, I feel physically sick. It wasn't Rocky, it was a different sporting icon, one that I mentioned in the last video with Train Right. It's Muhammad Ali. And although at the start of any pre-season regime, you shouldn't push yourself too hard, not only because it can cause injury, but also because pushing yourself too hard too early on makes session 3 seem a whole lot harder than it has to be. If you go balls to the wall on session 1, then you think, oh God, just smash that first session, let's go. And that is all right until session 2 comes along and you're like, I've got to go do that again. And then session 3 comes along and you're like, I've got to go do that again and go that hard. So I'm not encouraging not pushing yourself, but you've got to set the habit first. And that habit is easier to set when you're not as intense in the workout. So start by just getting outside. Get outside for a small, slow run, because therefore you're setting the habit without going through too much
intensity. And then once you've set the habit of getting out every day or every week, you're more inclined to keep on going out every week, and you might start pushing yourself some more. Anyway, counterintuitive to all that, it was Muhammad Ali who said that he doesn't start counting reps until they hurt. And although you may have to set the habit with less intense workout, your body won't start adapting to a new physical strain until it's strained, until the stimulus changes. And that's why your lungs hurt when you go running. That's why your legs get tired after a gym session. It's because your body is adapting to change. If there's no stress to your body's lungs or legs or chest, whatever it is, then your body's not going to adapt to anything. It's just going to stay the same as it always was. So as much as I suggest taking it easy and setting a habit in the start of pre-season, you're never going to actually adapt to any new changes in demand unless you start demanding more from your body. And you'll only know you're doing that when it hurts. So get out there and start counting reps when they hurt. It is a cringe saying, but it is so true. There's science back behind it. There's philosophy back behind it. It's just evolution. When your body's stressed by a change in stimulus, it adapts. The stress on your lungs forces them to grow and to adapt to the new change. So when it's hurting is when it counts the most. And that's my motivation. Every time I'm down the bottom of this hill here and I have to start running again, I'm thinking, these are the ones that count. The first few don't even count for anything. They just get you to the ones that count. So work hard is what I'm saying. God, I'm delirious from that. I'm just like, at the moment. But it's good. It's good fun. And I know I'm getting better. The worst feeling in the world, and I'm guilty of it all the time, worse than running a fitness session, is getting back in the car and thinking, I could have pushed myself a bit more there. That's a worse feeling than pushing yourself in the session, I can guarantee you that. So don't leave anything in the tank when it comes down to exceeding your new limits. And that links nicely back to getting out of bed in the morning or having a cold shower or a cold swim in the sea. Once you set your mind to something, you draw a line in the ground, don't let anything cross it. I was halfway through that, well, 2/3 of the way through, thinking, all right, I can have 2 sets out of 3, that's fine, because I'm just setting the habit again. I'm setting the habit of doing fitness. I'm only in week 3 of pre-season. That's a load of rubbish. Like week 1 and 2 was setting the foundations. Now we're starting the process of setting new standards. So once I've set my stake in the ground, that's it. Keep promises to yourself. That's the philosophy for this vlog, is just do it. Once you set your mind to a task, do it, finish it, get it done. Don't finish after 2 sets because you can talk your way out of saying, oh, I'm just setting the habit. No, you said 3 sets of 6 reps. Do 3 sets of 6 reps, even if the last 3 reps are you crawling up that hill. You set a standard and you can adapt next week, but just keep the promises you say to yourself. I'm sorry for this rant, but this is what I tell myself in my head every day. So I'm just bringing you along for the journey. Oh God, I need a bit more recovery after that.
Oh, right guys, so now you got to know a little bit more about me as a person. I'm going to set you a challenge to get this video to 25 likes. I know, 25 whole people liking the video. If we get to 25, then I'll release my highlight reel from last year. It's not very long, it's not very good. But yeah, that's the challenge. If 25 whole people like this video, then I'll release my highlights from last season. Best of luck guys, I really appreciate your support with this. It helps the video get out to as many people as possible. So yeah, I appreciate it, thank you.